So this is my vegan hot dog that I made this morning, one of my batches, and I'll talk about the little zucchini also. So that's James's meal. Not quite as exciting, I think, but he has some baba ganoush in here. Not much because I ate the rest because I love baba ganoush. So I did save him a little bit just in case he wants it. But if he doesn't want it, I'm going to eat it because I love that stuff. So now I didn't make the baba ganoush like I normally do. I like making it with the campfire because then you get a nice smoky flavor on the eggplant. But this I made instant, so I put liquid smoke. And I did not put liquid smoke in the recipe for these wieners, but what I did is I made them like I prefer to, with I mean, it looks exactly like a wiener, and it tastes like a wiener too. So anyway, with the carrot pulp and chickpea flour and the spices, and I put sauerkraut and mustard on my hot dog because that's how I like it. So good. Oh my god, that's perfect. So how I got the smoky flavor, because I figured I may as well try this, because liquid smoke, which I put in the baba ganoush this time, instant, not that healthy, and that's what I put in the wieners too. And I'm gonna try something else at a later time. But anyway, liquid smoke, sure vegan, but not that healthy, and I can do better. So I will try later to do better, but for now I put it in because I like the smoky flavor. And what I did is, in my cast iron frying pan, I just I heated it up, and then I splashed a bunch of liquid smoke in there, and I cooked my wiener and my zucchini wiener. So we'll see what this tastes like. I was reading a vegan recipe book before, and that's how they made hot dogs. Well, it wasn't zucchini, I think it was carrots. And I thought, I don't know how that'll be, but I thought I'd give it a try because I had a zucchini. And no, and this is better. So if you want to make vegan hot dogs out of carrot, this is the way to go. I mean, I didn't try carrot like that, but anyway, that does not taste like a hot dog, and it doesn't have the texture of a hot dog. This does. And again, I just invented this recipe. Nobody's showed me how to do anything like this, but it works. And rather than having like the zucchini, I mean, that's not going to give me very much protein. And then I have this, I mean, the bun's not that healthy. But with the chickpeas, I have the protein, and it's complementary with the bun, such as it is. I mean, I can do better with the bun too. So I didn't put the liquid smoke in the recipe because I figured, well, some people probably don't like using liquid smoke. It's not healthy, and I will try some other stuff later on to get the smoky flavor. But so what I did is I put in some ancho chili powder, which is a little bit smoky. But without putting the liquid smoke in the pan, I don't know how. Anyway, it might do for some. So if you wanted to go raw vegan, I showed how to make it with grinding up flax seeds. Don't use the, I mean, I was just given those, the roasted flax seeds, but I mean, you're not raw vegan then if you're roasting, and it's not healthy. So don't do that. Buy regular raw flax seeds and grind them yourself in the coffee grinder. It only takes a few seconds, and it's healthy that way. And then you could put that with the carrot rather than the chickpea flour. And use the recipe exactly as I showed how. Just with the, yeah. And then you can just warm it up in a food dehydrator or whatever. But if you're not partial to like you don't care one way or the other if you cook, if you're vegan, you can have cooked food, then this recipe is appropriate. And then maybe you're picky about using liquid smoke, well then just don't. And it's still a great, this is an awesome, it's the best. I have never seen anybody come up with a better recipe for veggie wieners as I have. And I'm not a person who really over appreciates their talents as many do. It's just a fact. This is the best hot dog you will ever have. It's, my recipe is the best. And when you eat it with sauerkraut like this, rather than relish, getting all those probiotic bacteria, eaten with the prebiotic hot dogs from all the carrot pulp, which they're going to break that down, and you're good. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, his juice today is a couple the living lettuce, the green leaf living lettuce, a couple heads of that, and a couple bell peppers. It'll be revolting. And I'll read a little bit from this. This is Cannabis for Chronic Pain, and I'm pairing it with this series which we watched, which was funny. But I'll talk about that in a minute because James would like to talk about it too. Presumably he is coming out. So, I think I've talked about this book before, but I'm not sure, so I'm going over again. So, I'm on page 104, talking about glycemic index. Carbohydrates act like a powerful drug, elevating insulin in the body. This, in turn, can increase fat deposits, LDL cholesterol, the unhealthy kind, and inflammation while decreasing immunity. The amount of insulin the body produces based on the amount of carbohydrate that actually enters the bloodstream as the simple sugar glucose. This is why you can consume a large amount of the 3% or 6% vegetables and fruits, referred to the carbohydrate classification of fruits and vegetables, in comparison to the amount of grains, starches, breads, and pasta at any given meal. Example, 1.5 cups of broccoli or any other 3% vegetable. So the 3% vegetables are then on page 105. Asparagus, bean sprouts, beet greens, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, celery, Swiss chard, cucumber, endive, lettuce, mustard greens, radish, spinach, and watercress. So, anyway. So that's that. And now what was I wanting to read on this page? Oh, page 105. The more the carbohydrates are cooked, the higher the glycemic index will be. This is because the cell structure is broken down by cooking and processing. The glycemic index is dramatically increased in instant foods like rice and potatoes. Highest glycemic index food, puffed cereal and puffed rice cakes. The body needs a constant intake of carbohydrates for optimum brain function. Too much carbohydrate in the body increases insulin secretion to drive down blood sugar. Too little, and the brain will not function efficiently. High glycemic food should always be avoided with candida overgrowth. Remember, protein stimulates glucagon, which reduces insulin secretion, while fat and fiber slow down the rate of entry of any carbohydrate. So, you can look at that table if you want to, and all this. So, foods to avoid on page 107, beef and pork is listed. So, vegan hot dog, yum. I mean, you might be thinking, oh, gross, I don't want to eat vegan hot dogs. They're actually delicious. Do you want to have a bite?
In a second.
Okay. And, well, I mean, it depends on how you make them. Some of them are disgusting. If you buy popular brand name soy-based ones, they're gross. But if you make them yourself and you just, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 some years, cooking, making these sort of things. And I'm pretty good at it now. What do you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It
So-
tastes not exactly like a hot dog, but better, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you might be thinking, oh, gross, vegan hot dog. Well,
Hot dogs are
grosser
gross.
than grinding up, like what? What is in a regular hot dog? Is a typical
Sphincters.
thing? Yeah, that's what people usually say, lips and assholes or something.
Mhm.
Anyway, you know it's bad.
Mhm.
You know it is. So you don't want to eat that. Anyway, there's a lot of different foods to avoid in here too. And, you know, that's the thing. For me, I'm thinking about this title, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here that is not anything to do with cannabis for chronic pain or cannabis at all. And honestly, I don't know.
Well, the thing to do is to avoid chronic pain. Huh?
Yeah. Well,
Some people would be looking for an excuse to use cannabis. So
yeah, maybe. So maybe that's why. Yeah, I guess the person who wrote this, that's what they're thinking. They're like, avoid chronic pain as much as possible. And then maybe you don't even need cannabis.
yeah,
Which is an interesting
it just
way
makes
to look
sense.
at it. Yeah.
Just avoid doing
Yeah.
stupid stuff.
And you know, this bun here, that's going to increase my inflammation. That I know that it will. I shouldn't be eating that. I should do better.
You
And-
did have a power drink, though, right?
Just now? No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No, I skipped it.
I kind of believe
Oh,
it.
so I gave you baba ganoush in there to eat with your raw vegetables, if you want.
I like raw vegetables so much I launched into it.
Okay.
So, but
So
yeah.
we're going to talk about the Inbetweeners. This is a complete series. So this is 3 seasons, all on this, and it was really funny. It's about some teenage boys, and they're so bad. Teenagers are so bad, and you know, it's very honest. It's an honest window into a group of teenage boys, into their lives. This is honestly, it's like flashbacks or something, seeing this. So anyway, and I mean, I only saw the side that they wanted girls to see, or didn't care if girls saw. I'm sure, you know, it gets a lot worse if
They
the
were
girls
trying.
aren't around.
They were trying.
Yeah, they were trying
sure.
to be better around the girls. And anyway, yeah. Oh, such bad boys. And another thing that I liked about this, like, the jokes were great. The characters were so well cast. Like, they're absolutely believable. And I don't think they could have cast better people for the roles, honestly. But just, you know, even without all of that, what I found interesting is usually when we Canadians or whatever, when we see British people in television, we think, you know, Hugh Grant or whatever, sort of prudish and sophisticated or whatever. Not this. Nope, this is a different look at a different kind of British person, really. And
Kind of like the rock and rollers that I'm used to.
so bad. Oh. And well, the one boy,
Or
Simon.
the soccer players that play.
Simon's he would be a good boy without these.
Mhm.
Well, without the two. What, Jay and Neil?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Total
bad.
losers.
Yeah.
They're like some of the guys that played soccer with.
But yeah, we bought this from the library book sale.
It was well worth it.
Well worth it.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
It's kind of like a stocking
I
stuff.
think
Right?
any teenage boy would actually like watching this. But I don't know. Would they? Would teenage boys?
I don't know.
I don't
They
know.
might find it a bit embarrassing.
On their own?
But on their own, I guess. Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to sit down and watch it with their parents.
No, who would?
Yeah.
Kids don't have to do that nowadays anyway.
But
Got their
yeah,
own
so
TVs.
worth watching. Very good. So I would really recommend this, and I think I've talked about this book before, and it's getting snowed on, so I have to bring it in.
No.